Howdy! How's everybody out in YouTube land today? I am cleaning off this desk. I'm cleaning up some projects that need to be finished up. I don't like a whole lot of stuff laying around half done. So, with that being said, we're going to work on a hanger for this birdhouse gourd that I painted and did up last week. You see the pretty painting that I did on the gourd, and I made a hole in the front of it for the birds to get in and build their nests and stuff out of. Now we need to make a hanger for it. Now, I've given this a lot of thought on how I wanted to do this. Well, I mean, we could drill the top and we could put a wire through it, but as it swings in the wind and the bird flopping in and out of it and all that kind of thing, and baby birds jumping up and down, that wire is going to wear on the top of this gourd, and it's going to eventually pop out, and this thing's going to hit the ground and bust into bug bites. We could use a wire wrap around it. The issue there is what kind of wire you use. I really don't want to use silver wire on it, and if you just use galvanized, it's going to end up rusting, and that's going to either rust out or it's going to wear on the gourd and wear the gourd out. So I wanted to use something kind of soft on this, and something that's going to hold up. So I decided to go with this cord that I used on the last project that I showed you. If you watched yesterday's video, this is this Artworks cord that I got at Michael's, and it is real strong cord. It has some kind of a thread core in it. It's good stuff, and it says on here that it's 2 millimeters by 22.5 meters. That's 25 yards, and above that it says that it's 0.07 inches. So I mean, you know, it's fairly thin. I mean, you can see in my fingers there that you know, it's fairly thin cord, but it's strong, man. I tell you what, that's stronger than licorice. Now I cut a piece that's about 28 inches long. I doubled it over, come up here to the top of it, and then I put a knot right there in it. That's going to be the part that hangs on the nail or hook or whatever you decide you're going to hang this on. All right, now we've got these two end pieces here that we're going to use around this gourd. Now it's going to be your decision on how long you want to make this. If you don't want to make it real long, then you don't have to make these ends so long. But we're going to take this around the gourd and tie it. I mean, you can always adjust this for however you want it to hang, and you know what you want it to look like when you hang it up. But I'm doing these doubled over around it, see, and I wrap them around each other there, and I'm going to make a knot in it, just like that. And then you want to kind of hang it up, and you want to see how this hangs. Now, depending on where you're hanging it is going to depend on how you want it to hang, because you don't want it to get filled up with water. If you're hanging it like out on a hook someplace and it rains, you don't want the little bird's nest to get all wet. So, you know, you also don't want it the hole pointing toward the ground either, because then, you know, if she does build a nest in it, her nest and her eggs will all fall out in the ground the first time the wind blows on it. So there you have that. Now you can always take the other ends of this, and I've tied it a little tight for what I'm about to show you. Let me loosen that up just a tad here. But you can always take these through again, you know, and even it up some if you want to. Well, easy for me to say, working with cat paws and arthritis. But you can work the ends back through it and pull the thing around a little bit and tie it in another spot, and just adjust it however it is that you want to adjust it. So there it is, tied on that part, and that hangs it just a little bit straighter. And I can take this one and run it underneath it back here on this side, and you just adjust it for however you want it to hang. I don't want it to have a whole lot of swing to it, because the wind gets to blowing it, it'll blow the bird and the eggs all over the place, you know. So I may adjust my knot down some when I go to hang this up. But this one's mine. This will not end up on Etsy. But I do custom orders, so if you're wanting one, let me know. And we can get you one made up, whatever kind of design you want on them. And just drop me a private message here or drop me a note through Etsy, either way. But there it is, and see, it's hanging pretty, it'll hang pretty straight right there like that. So there you have the hanger on the birdhouse gourd. And trim these little loose ends off of it. And we got her all ready to rock and roll, to hang out as soon as spring gets here, so the little birds can build their nest. So if you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up. Share it on your social media so everybody gets to see how to be crafty. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a subscriber on the channel. Let's support each other. Let's be friends. That's what this is all about, after all. Social media, we should be social. And all of that being said, there's only one thing left to say, and that's Brenda's Crafty. Be like Brenda.